Ladies and gentlemen, today is historic. Now, as you see, Backlash. If you watched the last podcast episode, let me start here. You saw what happened when this fatty to my right came to my house. Things didn't go so well, and there I said, this Saturday was Backlash. And if I won, that would be 98 days champion. Sunday, 99, and Monday on the podcast 100. And if you can't tell, this title is still sitting on my shoulder. Now, folks, 100 days. That's not just a number, Parker. That's a legacy. That's 100 days of blood, sweat, tears, and busted egos. 100 days of proving the doubters wrong and making the believers shout my name louder than ever. While you were running your mouth in the Discord, I was building an empire. While you were playing Fortnite, I was making history. I was watching tape. While I was enjoying my weekend, you came to my house. How'd that end up for you? With my foot over your head and blood streaming down your face. Parker, you better come correct, because this isn't just a title anymore. This is my identity. This is my warpath. And you're just the next name on a long, painful list of failures who thought they could take down a king. So get ready, big boy. Bring your best, because when that show starts, it's not just a PLE. It's the end of your story and the continuation of my reign. 100 days strong, and I'm just getting started. Now, welcome back to the Break for Ring podcast. I am your host, Jonas.
And his co-host, Parker. My God, kill me.
Today just feels great. I can't lie. Today was a great day.
Kids in class, in my freaking math class, we're talking about, like, hey, Parker, oh, he hit you over the head. I promise, I swear. I'm so serious.
It just feels great. You know, usually I say that this belt feels heavy on my shoulder, but 100 days, it makes it feel lighter. I can't even lie. Ugh. Wow, Parker, good to see you. I know you're probably not happy to see me, especially with this title, but good to see you, buddy. You ready to talk about some wrestling?
Sure.
All right, so we're going to start with May 5th, 2025, episode of Monday Night Raw, where this was the go-home show for Backlash. Pretty decent show altogether, so let us go through this. Paul Heyman confronts Jey Uso. The show began with the World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso, addressing Logan Paul. Paul Heyman interrupted, delivering a passionate promo about his recent actions and the challenges he has faced, including CM Punk's betrayal and Roman Reigns' self-centeredness. Heyman turned his attention to Uso, intensifying the tension between them. There's too much to really say about this promo from Paul. It was very good. That's all I can really say.
It was very emotional.
Yeah,
I guess
he was talking about how he
a lot of emotions.
He took a big dog from the island of irrelevancy, made him the Universal Champion, and put him on the island of relevancy. Which I was like, a little bit corny, but like at the same time good. He talked about CM Punk, how he was a best friend, and then he started abusing all that. Things like that. I was worried at the beginning of this that this was all going to lead into Logan being part of Evolution 2.0. And I really don't want that to happen. I can't lie. But, yeah, pretty decent promo from Jay, but an outstanding promo from Paul Heyman. We then had Penta versus J.D. McDonough. Penta faced J.D. McDonough in a match marked by interference from Carlito and Finn Balor at the Judgment Day. Despite these disruptions, Penta secured the victory with Mexican Destroyer, showcasing his resilience and taking out a member of the Judgment Day, which led to the setup for a match at Backlash against Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Pretty solid match from Penta and JD here. It was your average match. Nothing crazy. Didn't steal the show. Didn't, lack in that much. It was pretty decent. Parker.
Uh, sorry, I'm distracted today. Um, yeah. Um, I like how. Ooh, who was it? Somebody. Oh, on the pre-show of Backlash. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but Byron Saxton was pointing out that he only won that match because of JD. And Dom was like, "Yo," and Dom was like, "Well, I won, didn't I?" And he was just bringing up the fact that like I won. Doesn't matter how I won. I was able to do it. I pinned him.
That's fair.
Whatever. Yeah.
We then had a segment backstage where Grayson Waller was seen talking to Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, where he was talking about how he didn't want to. He was like, "I don't want to face that guy. He's big." Where did bro go? Talking about like how he was scared to face a guy, and he was like, Theory, you want a match?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm always ready." And so Theory took Grayson's spot in a match against a mystery opponent, who was the returning Sheamus. In his first match since the Royal Rumble, Sheamus returned to action against Austin Theory. After Grayson Waller tricked Theory into the match, Sheamus dominated, finishing with a bro kick to claim victory. Glad that Sheamus is back. When is Austin Theory turning?
He should join the.
Evolution, yeah.
Oh, I saw this thing. So it was a video, and every slide it was like what percent like I would want this person to join the Evolution faction. 10 was Austin Theory, 20 was Carmelo. I was like, what the hell could be 100? Somebody brought up the fact that Nick Nemeth would fit in good with them, which I know it's a TNA NXT. I mean, Joe Hendry was on WrestleMania, which is technically main roster, but I don't see it happening, but I'm not opposed to it.
I don't know. Because,
I
like,
think Austin
well,
will,
think
and
about it. The whole
he's
thing is that
very
they're up and comers who want the gold. He's already been in that company for a while before
won
this.
a few titles.
So, like, he not necessarily would fit in. You know what I mean?
But Austin Theory,
Austin Theory,
Mello,
I'd like. Mello, I'd like. Mello, I'd like him to
I
turn
don't
on
know. I don't know who else.
Miz.
Trick with Dark Skate. No, but he has Dark State already. I can't imagine.
Yeah, there's no way he's not leading
Oba.
Dark State. Oba's
Oba
staying in
would just
NXT
be
for a little while.
insane. Oba would. I don't think that's happening. Oba that would just make it unstoppable.
Yeah. We then had a promo between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria once again. Tensions escalated between Becky Lynch and the women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria, leading to a massive brawl ahead of their upcoming title clash at WWE Backlash. Pretty good promo. I mean, we knew that we had a feeling that they could go very well in the ring together. They could what's it called? Match up well. But they also matched
The
up pretty well on the
chemistry.
mic. With decent promos. I gotta say, you'll know if you know what I'm talking about. You'll know what I'm talking about. Becky was always a little weak in her promo skills because she always got winded very fast, and I mean I get winded really fast because I'm fat, and so does Parker. But like, she would do her promos and start like wheezing in a way, but she
It's like
seemed
how
to
fast John Moxley bleeds in every match he does, or like
But
how
yeah,
crazy of a pop Joe Hendry gets when his music hits.
this
You
dude.
know,
Um,
say
we then had what could have been a great match, but it was interrupted. Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez in a non-title match where Women's World Champion Io Sky defeated Roxanne Perez, maintaining her dominance in the women's division. But
are Roxanne and Julia officially main roster
I
now?
don't know because
They have a match
Roxanne,
today.
yeah, Roxanne and Julia versus Rhea and Io.
Today, which is gonna be
People
good.
think, or I don't even know if people think this. I usually just say that
I
sometimes,
think Roxanne should.
but I
Obviously, but
have
I'm not sure about Julia.
I have a feeling that, and don't quote me on this. I feel like this could happen. What if Asuka and Kyrie return tonight?
Okay, so I saw this thing, which it was fake. It was like okay, I can see that happening. But there's this one person on Twitter who's like a big Damage Control fan, which I'm not really sure if they're considered Damage Control anyway now. But whatever they're considered, then that match would be the main event. Then like you know how AEW with like the Young Bucks return, the lights went out. Like Matt and Jackson were on opposite sides holding Swerve's arms out. That's what's gonna happen. Like after the match, Io and Rhea are gonna be celebrating because they win. Then the lights are gonna go out. You're gonna hear the mat like fall. Like Rhea got like choke slammed, and then Kyrie and Asuka are gonna be like holding Io's arms out, and like Asuka's gonna like spray Io with her mist. It was some stupid fake, but
No,
that would be
I just
awesome to
think
see.
that they could return because mainly
I want to see
Io
Io.
in a tag match. Also because they just got rid of Dakota, they're gonna be like, well, we kind of got to do something with damage control because right now damage
I need
control
to
is only
see.
one person.
I want to see Asuka and Io fight because
Well,
Asuka
I
has been
mean,
gone for
also
a
think about it.
while.
Julia's in this match, and Julia has history with Kyrie, and I'm pretty sure Asuka. So
But
that'd be
yeah, but
cool.
at the same time too, I mean, if they do turn heel, they would align with Julia.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
they will.
Well,
Maybe they
not
won't.
maybe not like align with Julia, but be on the same page.
I don't know. Because it was always like that. Because Dakota was kind of heel too still, but then Io was face.
Mm-hmm.
But now Dakota's just gone because they're stupid and think that she sucks, which she doesn't. Also
They said
talking
she's
about
like
that.
they said she's too old, and people were upset because like Jeff Cobb's 42.
Which Big E brought that up on the Backlash pre-show or something. But what was I about to say? Oh, Shotzi is headed to MLW,
MLW, yeah, I saw that.
and Elena Black or Cora Jade is just going around to the Indies. Indy
And she's
Hartwell
doing
was on
some other
TNA.
fun stuff to make some
Okay,
money.
Parker.
Guess who's excited for that?
Yo,
I'm kidding.
bro.
Not weird like
This
that.
kid. Whatever. We then had Rusev versus Otis. Rusev made a powerful return, dismantling Otis in the ring before brutally attacking Akira Tozawa. Quick match. We knew Rusev was gonna win. I saw people debating about like how, oh well, WWE wants to praise themselves so much. That sucks. But I don't know. I feel like the whole thing where they're like, oh, they're stealing the character from AEW. That's because AEW had a good character, but then ruined it by not putting him on the show. It sucked like that. So it's good to see that this character is actually being used. Parker, what do you think about Rusev?
Rusev, Korea. I'm excited, especially because he hasn't been in WWE for a while. I'm somewhat happy they got rid of the Rusev Day character, but at the same time, I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, also, I feel like he should take on a more serious role. Definitely go after the IC title. Maybe he dethrones Dom. Who knows? But in my opinion, I don't know who yet, but I think a face is gonna dethrone Dom for his IC title.
Ilya!
Ooh, I
I
don't
need
know though.
Ilya Dragunov to come back, please.
Yeah, Skibbity Toilet.
And so now moving on to the main event, I forgot to mention this. Paul Heyman said Seth Rollins wants a world championship match whenever you can. And he's like, we'll do it right here, right now, tonight. And so they ended up getting Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso in the main event, which I'm glad they did because he actually did very good. Jey Uso did very good. He didn't do like the same move over and over as much as he usually does. Honestly, I don't care what anybody says. I think honestly, this match was better than him versus Gunther at Mania.
Yeah, my opinion.
I don't know. I just think it was more fun. Like, I know, like I know it didn't work out like the way everybody wanted to, where people were like, "I want Seth to destroy him," but like, I don't really care. Seth challenged Jey Uso.
Holy voice crack.
Bro, my allergies are killing my voice. Seth Rollins challenged Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. The match ended in a no contest after CM Punk interfered, costing Rollins the title opportunity. Punk's return added a new layer of intrigue.
Was that his
to
first
the championship
appearance
picture.
since Mania?
Yes, it was, and he's kicking off
Holy
the show
Sigma.
tonight.
I saw that, yeah.
I'm excited to see what that has in store. Also, I don't know how. Actually, I won't say it because I don't know if my dad watches this. Nothing. I'll tell you after. I want. Oh, we'll talk about it now. John Cena's final match is set for Boston in December. Parker and I will do our best to try and go to this.
So
But
if
we know
it's
it's gonna be
on,
expensive.
so I
Oh
looked at the
no, this
dates.
kid,
Okay, I'm not trying to like
this poor kid.
sound spoiled. If it's on the 27th, because there's 4 Saturdays in December. Like there's 4 Saturdays in every month. The 6th, the 13th, the 12th, the 20th, and the 27th. If it's on the 27th, I can't go. You don't understand how
If
mad.
I go and you don't, you will actually
My uncle
crash.
said he doesn't care if I can't go, he's gonna go. But I'm my uncle said if we have like the ability to go, the tickets might not be great, but we're gonna go. And I said I don't care what the tickets are.
That's what I said. As
I
long
just
as
I
I'm
want
in
to
the
see
building.
Cena's final match.
If I'm in the building, I'm fine.
Also, I mean, he might retire with the title, but also he could lose the title
Don't
there.
say that. No, because
And who
Parker's getting
might
my
take it
hopes
from
up.
him?
Parker's getting my hopes up so much.
Punk.
If it's Punk, I genuinely think I'd pass away.
I hope it's Punk and he loses, so you're like
I don't even
his final
care.
match is ruined for you.
I don't even care.
I hope it's
If it's
Truth and
Punk-
Truth wins.
Okay.
I hope Truth wins Money in the
We'll
Bank
talk
and he
about
like
this. We'll
no,
talk
listen.
about
I hope
Truth.
Truth wins Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah.
That CM Punk they have a great match, and then Cena and then Cena's like, oh, like, yeah, I won. And then you hear, like, Truth's music. He hits
What's
him with the
up?
briefcase. He's like, my childhood hero! And then he pins him.
I hate
Okay, by
you.
the way, Truth's also older than Cena.
He's
his childhood hero.
51.
Yeah, 6'7".
But yeah, so Raw was pretty great. It was, it just kind of set the stage for Backlash. Kept going with rivalries, build anticipation, and yeah, it was pretty decent. Parker, what'd you think of that show?
It was really good, especially for a go-home show. I thought it was pretty good.
For NXT, I'm really just gonna talk about the important parts here. I'll just talk about the little parts here. Zarya versus Kalani Jordan. Pretty decent. Nothing crazy. 6-man tag match. Between Dark State versus Joe Hendry and Hank and Tank. Parker's favorite tag team of all time. That's like your favorite team of all time. Joe Hendry and Hank and Tank.
If only... Alright, Dream Tag Team, Joe Hendry. We have Joe Hendry, we have Dante Chendry. Make it official NXT.
And then what do you know?
They win the tag titles.
What do you know? Trick Williams helps Dark State pick up the win, which comes back to ruin himself later. Where in the 25-man battle royal, he loses it basically because of Hendry. That's really all it was. But Randy Orton's son, Miles Bourne, wins it and will face Obafemi at NXT Battleground. Parker, throw your phone across the room, man.
No.
Then look up and pay attention.
Suck it.
Alright, nope, he's canceled. And in the main event, we had a great match between Jordynne Grace and Julia in a high-stakes match to earn a shot at the NXT Women's Championship, where Grace emerged victorious with a juggernaut driver, securing a place as the #1 contender. After the match, the women's champion Stephanie Vaquer confronted Grace, setting the stage for a title bout at NXT.
This is for you, Grace. Those who know. Please tell me you know who Daniel Larson is. You know who he is, don't you?
We're just gonna pass on that.
You know the toothbrush incident?
Nope, we're just gonna pass on it.
I can't imagine how that tasted.
Julia was dropped on her neck a couple times. People were mad at Jordynne Grace, but like, she was in Japan for a while. They are very stiff with their moves. She'll be fine. Let's see what happened on AEW Dynamite, Parker.
I don't know. I didn't watch.
Hangman and Ospreay face off. Tony Storm defeats Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, and Anna Jay in a Women's AEW World Championship Eliminator match. Nick Wayne retained... Parker, listen to this. Nick Wayne retained his ROH World TV Championship against Rhino.
Rhino, like the guy who showed up at NXT, like the ECW one.
Yes.
Like that Rhino.
Yes.
The one who's a big dude who
Yes.
spears people.
Yes.
He was on Dynamite.
Yes.
Also, Evolution, Saturday Night Main Event, and All In Texas are all going to be on the same day.
Yep. I was gonna talk about that at the end, but yep.
My bad, but yeah.
Ricochet and the Young Bucks defeat Swerve, Briscoe, and Mike Bailey. Okada defeats Kevin Knight. Joe defeats Claudio via submission in the main event. Also, Beach Break is next. Beach Break is this week.
Fuck is Beach Break?
It's like a mini PLE for AEW. The
Ow.
main event is Joe versus
When's
Mox.
spring breaking?
So NXT?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I know, like, Trick won his NXT title last year during spring
Yeah,
break.
wasn't it? It was like right before the draft.
Yeah, because Ely got drafted to Raw right
Yeah.
after. But I remember watching that Trick Ely match. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was actually really good because people actually wanted him to win right then. Yeah. So Beach Break is gonna have Joe versus Moxley in a steel cage, so I'm excited for that. And then
Chad Gable versus Penta tonight.
Oh, finally. Now we're moving over to SmackDown, Jacob.
Huh?
We're moving to SmackDown, kid.
Okay.
Walk in, buddy. LA Knight
don't know
and
who
Damian
Jacob
Priest
is.
versus Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. LA Knight and Damian Priest pick up the win here. Jacob Fatu attacked both men, only to be confronted by Drew McIntyre, who delivered a Claymore. And this was all leading up to the Fatal 4-Way U.S. title match at Backlash. Women's tag team match between Zelina Vega, a mystery invisible friend, versus Chelsea and Piper. Her invisible friend ended up being Alexa Bliss. Vega and Bliss teamed up to secure
Last time they
victory
went
over
face to
Green
face, Alexa, like, what's it? Mind controlled her. It was in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Oh.
When she went like this, like she looked at her, went, and then they walked down the ladder. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We then had. I'm so mad that she won this. Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill, where Nia Jax won in a hard hitting number one contendership match. Nia Jax defeated Jade Cargill, and she'll be facing Tiffany Stratton probably like on SmackDown or something.
Grand Wizard Man or a leader. Oh, you don't know that song?
No, I do.
Oh, I'll have to sing it for you after.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Great tag team match. Fraxium versus the Street Profits, where Fraxium beats the tag team champions. But they probably won't win those titles because they're still healing from their TLC match. So, but it was a great match. I can't lie. We then had Aleister Black versus Carmelo. Another great match here. Aleister Black emerged victorious over Carmelo Hayes, who then delivered a disgusting black mass to The Miz when he tried to attack after the match. We then had Andrade and Rey Fenix versus Los Garzas, where Andrade and Rey Fenix defeats Los Garzas, furthering their storyline and building momentum. Humberto seems to be wanting to leave and is not happy with where he is at the moment in Los Garzas. And to close out the show, we had John Cena and Randy Orton, where John Cena addressed the crowd, only to be interrupted by a beer bottle, which was pretty funny. But then
Notice his favorite drink.
I'm not gonna say that part, but no. My favorite drink is lemonade and iced tea.
I only drink water. Only thing I've
That's not
drinking.
true.
Yes, it is. I swear to you.
Parker drank a Miller
I drink
Lite
a
at 2 years
prime.
old.
I drank a prime when I was at your house. That's it.
Logan Paul. John Cena was interrupted by decoy Randy Orton,
Sean Spears.
who then capitalized on the distraction, delivering an RKO to Cena, intensifying the rivalry going into Backlash. Decent SmackDown, one of the better ones recently, I can't lie. Yeah, I mean, Sean Spears did a good job pretending to be Randy. I can't lie, he did pretty decent. All right, now, without further ado, let us talk about WWE Backlash.
Yeah, let's not.
Fatal 4-Way U.S. title match. Jacob Fatu, the champion, defeats LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre, where Jeff Cobb debuts alongside Solo Sikoa, which is mirroring last year's Backlash, where he brought in the infamous Tonga Loa.
Is Jeff Cobb even Samoan?
He is Filipino.
So no.
No. Then we had the one match that mattered, and Parker made it the only match that mattered because he's a moron. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. The champion Lyra Valkyria defeats Becky Lynch,
Triple
making
H
the
is
series
an idiot.
a 2-1 with me in the lead. We then had the Men's Intercontinental Championship match between Dominic Mysterio, the champion, and Penta, where Dom picked up the win here, making it 3-2 me. We then had Gunther defeating Pat McAfee in like 6 minutes, which another point going to the both of us. And in the main event, John Cena, the champion, defeated Randy Orton for the Undisputed WWE Championship with help from R-Truth. Stupid, 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 stupid joke. On Friday, he was chanting, "Let's go Cena," and Saturday, he's being murdered in the middle of the ring because of it. It was so dumb. They should have just saved it for the press conference. It took the seriousness out of the main event, in my opinion. Just the only thing that was a little stupid. People weren't happy also because Randy RKO'd like all of the security guys.
I loved it. People are too soft.
But
People are too soft. Grow a set.
Also, it reminded me of the independent show I went to, Rebel Spirit, because in that match, in the world title match, they kept taking out the refs, like, every 2 seconds. But, yeah, in the end, John Cena picked up the win, but you could see he was starting a little bit to crack, as a heel when listening to the, "Thank you, Cena." You know, he was kind of smirking. And then, like we were saying, at the press conference, John Cena talked to R-Truth. R-Truth came over. He said, "Hey, man, that was great. Some. You know, even when they say that you suck and you can't wrestle." He goes, "Ron, that was too far. You say anything else, there will be repercussions." And
he called him Ron.
Yeah, and he kept talking, and he picked him up and hit him with the attitude adjustment through the table. So, Parker, without further ado, who is your wrestler of the week?
Pat McAfee, just because, well, 1, he doesn't get to wrestle often, so this would be one of his only chances to get it. And 2, he put up a really decent fight against Gunther and earned Gunther's respect, so that's really hard to do.
Before we end this, rest in peace to Sabu, ECW legend, a hardcore legend. Yeah, he passed away at 60, so.
Also, I wanted to bring something up, but I didn't. This is gonna be kind of sad to do after Sabu, but shout out Nate, I love you.
Okay. Well, without further ado, Parker, goodbye, mwah, and good night.